Hello and howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We're looking at question number 5 now, the 2004 Cayley paper. And I'll remind you, if you'd like a copy of this contest, of course, you can click the link in the description and get a copy for yourself to try. In the sequence, each figure is made up of small squares of side length 1. What is the outer perimeter of the 5th figure in the sequence? Okay. So let's take a look at this sequence. We have 1 square, side length 1. Then we have 3 of them connected, 5 of them connected, 1, 3, 5. The next one should be 7. The one after that, the 5th one, should be 9. Okay. So we can either write that out and realize, okay, 9 boxes together. And count the perimeter from there. 1 box, 2 box. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And we could count the perimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, because each of these is side length 1. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we should get an answer of 20. That's one way to do it. Okay, and I wouldn't fault you if you wanted to do it that way. That's a great way to do it. Look how quickly it took us. Probably would have taken you even less because you weren't explaining it on video. So you probably would have gotten there very quickly. But I'm just going to stop for a moment and say, what if they had asked for the 100th, the perimeter of the 100th figure in the sequence, or the 1000th, or, as they often like to do, the 2004th. They tend to try and work the year into certain questions. Okay, we couldn't draw it out. And so we'll just take a little time and talk about how would you do it in that way. Because some of the harder questions will ask you, here's a pattern, 1, 2, 3, maybe the 4th thing in the pattern. Now give me the 1000th thing in the pattern. And we'd like to prepare ourselves for that. So maybe you're just working on some of the easier questions. Maybe you're just confining yourself to part A. But this is a great technique if you want to continue and try some of the harder questions. Or maybe you're thinking in your mind, I want to be school champion and win the... maybe the Fermat for next year. Maybe you've said, I can't do the Cayley, but the Fermat, I'm going to prepare for that one. So this is what we would do. Okay. So it's still 1, 3, 5. What I would do is I would try and determine the pattern. You know, if it's the first sequence, in terms of 1, what's my perimeter? Now in terms of 2, the second term, what's my pattern? Okay. So that's how we would go and try and approach this. So I might say something like figure, number of boxes, and then maybe perimeter. And I'll make a cute little chart. Figure 1, figure 2, figure 3. How many boxes were in figure 1? 1. Then 3, then 5. And we actually talked a little bit about 4 and 5, because we said we're going to have 9 boxes for the 5th one. We know we have a perimeter of 20. I didn't work out the perimeter for figure 4. Maybe I'll need to. For figure 1, he'd just be 1 box. So he'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. We can go back and look at and count for our second figure, the one with 3 boxes. And you'll find you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for that perimeter. And for 5 boxes, we can even count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So given this data, could we even take a guess as to what figure 4, what the perimeter of figure 4 is? Okay. So it looks like the number of boxes are going up by 2. Okay. Can we relate that to our figure? We had the nth figure. How many boxes would we need? Well, we would need, looks like 2 times n minus 1. Okay? It's odd numbers, so this is a way to express certain odd numbers. But more than that, if we go to n plus 1, this really does give us 2 more than the previous one. That'll be 2n plus 2 minus 1, so that'll be 2n plus 1. And that really is 2 more than the 2n minus 1. So how'd you know it was 2n minus 1 and not 2n plus 1? Because I've seen questions like this before, and I can just sort of do it in my head, but maybe it is 2n plus 1. Does that fit with the data? If I plug in 1, I get 3. Now we're off. But if I plug in 1 to 2n minus 1, I get 1. If I plug in 2, I get 3. 3, I get 5. Okay. Now from there, what can I do? Okay. Perimeter. So how can I relate the perimeter either to my figure number or the number of boxes that I've worked out? Okay. So if I looked at my perimeter, I've got 4 here. 8, 12, 20. Something I'm noticing about these numbers is they're all multiples of 4. So really this one is 4 times 1. This is 4 times 2. This is 4 times 3. And 4 times 5. 4 times are figure numbers. So I actually don't need to work out from the number of boxes that I did calculate my perimeter. It's just going to be 4 times my figure number. So now if they asked me what's the 1,000th figure, what's its perimeter, I'd say 4,000. Okay, so 5th figure as perimeter, 4 times 5, 20. Notice that we could now answer our 4th figure, even though we never drew it, it's going to have 16. Okay? But again, we were asked for our 5th figure, so the answer is 20. And 20 is right there in the middle, it's C. Okay? So in the next video, we're going to take a look at question number 6.